What's up, comic book fans? It's Tim here, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Royals, Masters of War, issue number 1 of 6. So, usually I don't review issues like this because usually I only review DC, and recently I've been reviewing anything, but I decided to review a comic that I completely just picked off the shelf. It's brand new. It's called The Royals, and it actually is really interesting. And what is going on in this universe is that it's in 1940. And the war with Hitler is going on and everything. And the only people that have powers in this universe are people with royalty. And the higher the bloodline and the more, royalty you have, that's the more powers you have. And we see that England's Prince Henry is the only royalty that actually decided to get out and fight in the war. Because see, what these royals do is, especially the Prince Henry's bloodline, they decide to sit down and, enjoy life just like the people actually do nowadays. These princesses and princes and all that bull crap and like London crap, they just sit on their ass and fucking eat nachos or some shit with fancy clothes and shit. And that's exactly what's going on in this universe, but they have powers. They have the ability to change tides in the war and help the world, but they decide to do nothing. But, England's Prince Henry thinks differently and decides to fight in the war. And that's actually what happens at the end of the issues is we see that Prince Henry's father, the king, reads the newspaper and he finds out that his own son with powers is fighting in the war and destroying Hitler's bomb ships. And right off the bat, I gotta say, this issue was very interesting, and I never read a comic right out of the blue like this, and I'm kind of happy I did because The Royals Master of War, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's really interesting to have a whole new set, this is history right here. We don't really get to see an issue, a comic like this, where you go back to the 1940s where life really was, and you just change things up a little bit where people with royalty have power. And this is probably what would happen. To be honest, this is the most real comic I ever read. Like, if I were to see people with royalty and that had the power, I would imagine basically families upon families that just have these powers and don't really do crap. And I would imagine, that one or maybe even two people, being like, wait, no, I'm actually not a dick. I'm going to go out and fight this war. And this war is actually in the 1940s, which is actually a pretty awesome timeline. It goes on. It's like World War I and World War II. You got Hitler, the Nazis. You're getting the start of, the revolutionary with all the guns and everything. I mean, this is the start of planes that actually drop bombs. The start of building these weapons. The reason we have the weapons we have today is because of World War I and World War II. I mean, they had some nasty fighting. People are using these World War I, World War II. They would start building these gases, these gases that would burn your eyes and complete torture. And what would happen is this little history right here. I think it was mustard gas. People would throw this mustard gas at their enemies, and literally it would burn them. It would literally just blow back in their face, and they would get burnt themselves. So it was kind of pointless. So sorry, getting a little bit off topic there. I really am history buff right there. But The Royals Master of War is a great comic. It's issue 1 of 6. I will definitely be picking up the other 6 and possibly reviewing it depending on if you guys like this review or not. But it's pretty awesome to see that people with royalty do have power in this universe. And England's Prince Henry decided to, fuck things up and be like, you know what, F you Hitler, I have powers, I'm going to destroy you. And I see that at the end of the issue, when you read the newspaper and King is just like, you gotta be kidding me. We're not the only family with powers. So my guess is that we're going to be seeing a war between other royalty, other families that are against this. So we're going to see basically heroes against, or not heroes, I guess you could say powers against powers, and they're both royalty. So it's kind of awesome. I like the actual writing itself too. It uses a lots of Britain. It's oh bloody hell. So when you're reading it, you kind of have that accent. The writer is Rob Williams and Simon Colby. They actually wrote The Adventures of Superman and Judge Dredd. So I haven't really read either of those two, but I heard The Adventures of Superman is actually pretty good. So Rob Williams does pretty damn good on writing The Royals and Masters of War, which I did give a 9 out of 10. So if you like this review, then we'll like this video because I will do another one. And if you want to see me do this again, just comment down below. Be like, yo, Tim, definitely review issue number 2. I suggest this to really anybody. If you're really into history, then definitely like it. If you're into something interesting that's like completely different, then definitely pick it up also. So comment, like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.